guys, what up? Welcome back to Top Tier Arcade. My name is Steve, and we're back in the car because we're going back on tour again, but this time it's going to be to Dave Smith's house. Now, I've known Dave for a few years now, but we haven't really talked. He's been at a lot of the tournaments, and he is holding a year-end tournament for the Pinball For Change, which we've been to often with my pinball buddies. So we're on our way. It's an earlier tournament, which is good. The only problem is, again, a goddamn snowstorm. So a lot of guys that are coming out of town are worried because it's not like the worst snow, but it's ice pellets and it's frozen rain, which is worse than snow because you slide like crazy. And I forgot my tripod. Sorry, I can't find it. So I'm going freehand here, but I'm sorry for the bumps. But yeah, so I can't wait to check out Dave's collection. So he's been nice enough to open up his home, and apparently his collection's not only very extensive and has great variety, but they're very cherished and expensive pins. And I can't wait to play. He's got a lot of great titles. I'm not sure the lineup. I'm gonna hope that Dave allows us to do a review. I haven't asked him yet, but I'm sure he'll recognize me, and he'll be nice enough to tell us how we got started and walk at him into pinball. But I'm excited. It's it's a Sunday afternoon. Again, the weather's shit, but we're gonna have some fun. So let's go to Dave Smith's house. I don't know if he calls his place anything, but we'll find out, and we'll see what's up. Alright guys, so tournament just ended. It was on for 5 hours. We've had a great time. There's Dave right there. He's been an amazing host. Now, there was over around 40 people here, so I did have to wait. So welcome to Dave Smith's game room. Dave's an amazing host. And again, so we'll just start it off. A lot of Maple Leafs memorabilia. He has he had it on for the tournament, beautiful projection. And this is just more the family and sitting room. We're going to go through the games one by one like we always do. Let's start with the first one. First one is a EM. It's called Prospector. Decent game. Next is the Game of Thrones LE with Topper and the new code. Has some mods on it. Very nice. Computer and whatever else. There's a lot of good booze. Dom Perignon right there. Next is another pin, Bali Matahara. Next is it's a really nice looking Fathom. Very nice. Next is an 8-Ball Deluxe. This game kicked my ass in the tournament. I was getting really frustrated. Next is the brand new Elvira House of Horrors LE. Number 29 of 400. Next we're going to go to Iron Maiden LE. Number 325. Beautiful, I can't see, wine room. Kevin, later, man. Dino here's playing the Star Wars LE. Number 628 out of 800. Beautiful looking game. Next is the Rob Zombie Spook Show International. This game is actually very unique. I did very well in that they turned it off because he was spitting out random balls. It's turned off. Bathroom, here's the center. Eating chips and all that. Really cool Hall of Fame. Very neat score. Next, the Ghostbusters number 143 LE at a 500. Beautiful. Next is the Monsters LE 35 out of 600. Actually had fun with this one. Had fun. Batman. This is just the Pro, is it? I'm not sure. Oh, no. Number 40. Batman 66. Next is Alice Cooper's Nightmare Castle. I didn't get to play that one. Next is Jurassic Park Alley, number 451 out of 500. This kicked my ass today. Drained after 2 plungers. Brutal. I didn't get to play Deadpool LE, number 10 out of 500. Wow. Low number. Beautiful game. Didn't even get to play that. Again, more scoring. Then we get into the, I guess, overflow room. Again, we turned these off because it was getting super hot. This is America's Most Haunted. I just didn't have time to film when they were on. Number 30 out of 600. This is The Walking Dead. This is the LE. Next is number 127 out of what, 200? Yeah, wow. The cool topper there, that's AC/DC. Looks really nice. Next one's Metallica, it's a low run, number 18 out of 500. So the Master of Puppets version. Had fun with it. Couple of cool modded thing. That's instead of the hammer, it's a skull hammer. Next is Star Trek LE, number 21, again out of, what is that, $7.99. Nice topper. That is a blue DMD. Very cool. Next, this is an original Attack from Mars, as far as I know. Anyways, yeah, Attack from Mars. That was fun. Champion Pub's actually very fun with the jump rope there. I was actually giggling like an idiot because I've never seen that before. I had a lot of fun with this game. I'd love to actually play it a little more in depth. Next is a game that I can't stand, Dirty Harry. I remember I was getting so upset I just pretty much plunged the third ball and got out. This is a game I never want to play again in my life, even though I really like the movie and Clint Eastwood. But yeah, I hate that game. Dale Jr. Number 600. This is the old school Stern limited edition. Very unique game. And then Dave also has a lot of art, a lot of play fields on the wall here. But an amazing collection. Dave's been an amazing host too. Really fun, interactive. Taught us or told us about all of his collection. Very welcoming, an amazing host. And now what we'll do is we're going to sit down with Dave. I know he's going to give us a few minutes just to let us know how he got started and really what inspired it. But what an amazing game. And look at this. I'm going to shut up for a second. Beautiful one.
Right, which I didn't touch.
A lot of space, a lot of room. Very, very nice. A surround sound, I guess. It wasn't on because it was loud enough. But a great space. Very, very fun. Love to go in the...
With your being heavy... So it's a point? Well, it's just a completion of... Yeah. It's a walk. Magical... That's pretty painful.
Oh my god.
That out there?
One of them was like right near the trunk and the other I had to climb it.
Oh, Thursday, hopefully? Oh, no, you won't. I won't be there.
Yeah. It's just an amazing collection to see everything on. Does get very warm, definitely with 40 bodies. Again, what a great space. Great use of space too, having these games on an angle. Very, very cool. All right, so what we'll do, and again, an outstanding collection. What we'll do is we'll give Dave a couple seconds. He's just saying bye to a few people. We'll sit down and we'll speak to him if he allows us. Plus, I want to see if I can go into that wine room, something that I really like myself. He's not into cigars, I asked him, which is a shame, but not a lot of people are. So I will be back, and hopefully we'll sit down and speak to Dave. He's right there drinking. All right, guys, so we just sat down with Dave. Everyone has now left except me, of course. And Dave's been nice enough to sit down with us and introduce himself and us to the hobby. So, Dave, thanks again for hosting. It's been an amazing night. Actually, it's not that late, but again, it's been It's dark already, and it's been a cold winter today. But thanks again for having us. And how did you start? When did you start pinball collecting? How did you get into it?
I started collecting 9 years ago when we moved into this house, and my wife wanted to move closer up here because our girls go to school in the neighborhood, and she wanted them to walk.
Right.
So I thought that made some sense, and we're looking for new houses. Our old house, we could not possibly have had pinball machines in, and I was always looking at the basements every house we went to, and then of course I found this basement and I went, that'll work.
Right.
And so it's been 9 years, but I played when I was a kid. I'm 54, and you know, there were arcades everywhere, and you'd go to grocery stores, there'd be pinball machines in the front entrance.
Right.
Kmart, my mom would give me 4 quarters, and eventually I was good enough that often I was still playing when she was done shopping, and you know, might even have a quarter left. So I always wanted, I love pinball, but I actually didn't know that you could own pinball machines. And I was at work years ago, probably 18 years ago or so, and the guy in the office next to me, I asked him, you know, what he was doing that weekend, and he said, nothing, staying at home playing pinball. And I couldn't comprehend of what he was talking about, because I'd never known anyone to that point in my life that owned a pinball machine. It had never occurred to me that you could own a pinball machine.
Right.
I don't know why, but anyhow, at that moment I went, oh, I'm owning pinball machines. And it took me years and years to find a proper basement, but that's how I kind of got into it again, just from playing when I was a kid and then having the basement that would hold them.
Makes sense. What was your first pin?
I bought Lord of the Rings and Iron Man in the same day.
Wow, what a big start.
From Palladium Store, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and it turned out I did really well on those because Iron Man, of course, is a fast-playing game, and Lord of the Rings is a long-playing game.
Right.
So I had a great mix. And then my third one was Twilight Zone, which I still just love. It's up at my cottage.
Nice.
And it kind of snowballed from there, as it often does.
Yeah, you know, I'm a testament. So there's no, I mean, I'm a vid guy too. No video games that have that nostalgia for you as well, like the Golden Age, Pac-Man, you know, any of those?
I liked Missile Command a lot, and every time I see one, I always play it. But no, I don't think they don't have the random factor that pinball has, right? Keeps the interest.
I see. Do you have any more? I mean, are you right now? Looking around. Do you have any more room for any? Are you going to are you gonna add more? Are you gonna trade? Are you looking to take them out?
No room at all. I've only ever sold one game. I sold an Indiana Jones.
The Williams?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I kind of regret that a little bit. It's a pretty good game, but I'd beaten it a couple of times, like the final wizard mode, in kind of within 5 games of each other. I beat it twice and kind of ruined it for me a little bit. But I still do like that game, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. We're building a building at our cottage that'll probably hold a few games. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll end up putting some up there.
When you reminisce back to when you started, do you have any nostalgia for any pins that you don't have yet, like the ones that you played at the Kmart's, or any ones that you're looking for in the older, like whether it be an EM or a solid state, anything like that?
Yeah, I'd actually like to get a Quicksilver.
Nice.
I actually have a playfield in the back room.
I saw it.
So if I get a blown out one, I could do the swap. I've done a couple of swaps, Matahari and 8-Ball Deluxe.
Right.
But I'd like to get some of the older games, and I think I only have one EM, and I'd like to have a bunch more EMs because I really enjoy those. They're really fun.
Right.
Always very challenging, but still fun. And so clever, some of them. The rules and the mechanics.
No, I agree with you. Anything else you want? I did ask you about the power. This is 200 amp service, right?
Yep.
No issues with any down games, no blown out, nothing like that, huh?
No.
Yeah, that's definitely
lucky
something.
so far, yeah.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, everything, it looks complete. I mean, really, you can't put, unless you were to, again, I'm just going to move the camera, unless you were to put there, but it'd be a little crowded, right? You wouldn't have a place to sit.
No,
it's
you need
a little
the table.
Yeah.
The table is like really the
center point
focus.
Yeah.
That's kind of the social part of it. And yeah, we have a lot of parties down here, and everyone ends up around the table. But where that stool is, we've had games right there before.
Right.
It kind of breaks up the room. It's not a good spot, but when I get really desperate, I'll have a game there. I actually have a Medieval Madness coming.
Oh, really?
A remake.
No way.
Next year.
With Topper and all that? With the new...
Yeah,
Oh,
the new
really?
one. Yeah.
Yeah, looks cool.
So it's going to end up right there because there is no room.
Right.
Until the building at the cottage is built.
That's awesome. Switching gears, I'm a big cigar guy, as people know. I mean, I love to have a room with my cigars there. Obviously, I said, you told me you're not into it. Was the wine thing, is that both you and your wife? Is that another passion of yours you have? Like, and obviously you have a lot of nice spirits.
We do have a lot of parties here. The wine cellar was actually a sauna when we moved in.
Oh, really?
I grew up with a sauna, and I was in there probably 5 times in 20 years. So it didn't seem like a great thing. And,
right.
And as soon as we saw the space, we thought that'd be way better as a wine cellar.
And you told me when I first asked you and I saw you that it's temperature controlled.
Yeah.
And you said it's at what?
51, I think.
That's Fahrenheit, right?
Fahrenheit, yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, actually, on smoking hot summer days, it's nice to go in there.
That's true.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, I'd love to build something like that, like almost like a cigar humidor for my I'm a big cigar guy, but time will tell. Wow. Well, Dave, anything? Lastly, about what games when you come down here alone? If no one was here, obviously you don't turn on the whole arcade room to preserve energy and everything else. What game do you play right now?
Usually Game of Thrones, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
The new code, right?
Well, the new code's amazing. I'm still investigating the new code and trying to figure out what to do. But I think that game, before the new code, I thought it was amazing.
Right.
And now it's just taken it one more level. It's fantastic. But I really like Jurassic Park as well.
It's new, yeah.
And I think Elvira's going to be good. It's not there yet with the code, but
right.
I think it's going to be quite good. I like Batman a lot. I've been playing a fair bit of Batman, but I'd say it's Game of Thrones.
Really? It's good.
Yeah.
Kicked my ass today, but it is a fun game. It's a game that I would like. The LE again, the topper is really cool.
Yeah, the topper's great, but it's really, people don't understand that upper play field. And when you figure out the upper play field, it changes the game. It's very strategic.
Is it really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's difficult. The upper play field is hard. It doesn't often stay up there very long.
Right.
But it's important, and I think it's just a fantastic game. Like one of their best for sure.
Well. Lastly, any games that are always a pain in the ass to fix? Problem. I mean, a lot of them are new too, but any ones that are problematic to fix, or you find that it's always rolling your eyes, oh great, it's again.
No, not really.
It's been pretty good. Knock on one, right?
The Sterns are pretty reliable, I think, the newer ones. I am a little miffed that they often require work right out of the box.
Right, I've heard.
That is a little upsetting for the money.
Right.
There's so much money.
Right.
At least they hold their value, though. So,
right.
If you pay a fortune for them, but you can sell them for close to the same price.
That's true.
Usually. But still, I don't think it's right that they require so much work out of the box. And imagine if you're not a pinball person.
Right.
And you just expect it to come out of the box and work. If you're not a pinball person, you might not even realize that it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing.
You're right.
So a few people I've gone over to their house to help them out and set it up and make sure that things work for them. Because there's a bunch of people in the neighborhood that come over here and then they say, we got to get a pinball machine. And I'm always a little apprehensive when they do that, because you go, man, if you get a lemon, this is going to be tough.
Right.
But I've largely been pretty lucky with the games, I think. The worst thing I've had is there's a little bit of pooling around the posts on Iron Maiden. And I don't care that it's pooled, but if that ever chips, I'm going to lose my mind. Right. That will be quite angerifying. So let's hope that doesn't happen.
Last question. No, I don't want to keep you. I'm a big fan of Jersey Jack pinball. I don't see any in the collection. I don't think you have. Do you have any?
I don't.
Is there a reason?
I don't find them that fun.
Really?
Yeah, and for me, it's a software thing. I think the games are usually pretty interesting.
Right.
I think they're jam-packed with features. They look absolutely amazing, but I just find that they're not quite capturing the fun aspect in the software.
Interesting.
And I find that really interesting too, because I want to love them.
Right.
And a bunch of my favorite games are coded by Keith Johnson. Mm-hmm. I love World Poker Tour. Lord of the Rings is an all-time classic.
Right.
But for some reason at Jersey Jack, he's just gone almost too far. Like Pirates of the Caribbean, I think, is a really, really cool game. Mm-hmm. But for me, I've played it probably, 20 times or something. And it's just multi-ball after multi-ball after multi-ball. And it was the same with The Hobbit.
I know what you mean.
The Hobbit is just non-stop multi-ball.
Right.
And you don't even know what you did to start it, and you don't know what you're supposed to do, and it's just flailing away on multi-ball. Maybe there's ways to make it harder and, adjust in the settings. But
Right.
I don't know. For me, they just haven't been that fun, but I want to love them.
Okay.
I'm trying. And probably I'll love one someday.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Dave. Yeah, I don't want to keep you again. Thanks again for letting us and getting to know you a little better. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for having us. An amazing collection. Not saying that just because I'm here. It is really amazing.
Thank you.
And you can see the dedication. Beautiful space. Again, great host. And I thank you guys. If you guys haven't had a chance, please subscribe. Again, more coming. Great hosts like Dave. Great collections like this. Hopefully I'll have myself a collection one day. Again, I am building. I am a vid guy, I have to admit. Right now I have 15 vids.
Wow.
So again, it's a very different aspect, but I do want a lot of pins as well. But all the best and thanks for checking out Top Tier. Have a great day and take care, Dave. Thank
Cheers.
you. Peace.